Hi, I'm Steve Rosenblum. I'm the Key Accounts Manager for the Konica Minolta relationship with Mobotix. I'm here to talk about the Mobotix Concepts presentation. Mobotix is a German-based company which has been in existence since 1999. To understand Mobotix, I need someone to take out their flip phone. Exactly. What does a flip phone do? Calls, text, basic contacts, basic calendar. Almost nothing compared to the smartphone, the fully functioning computer in your pocket. Your smartphone can do everything a flip phone can do and so much more. Well, in today's camera offering, Mobotix is the smartphone, and almost every other camera is the flip phone. I'm going to show you a video that kind of represents this evolution.
The camera, it changed everything. The way we tell stories, the way we make memories, and the way we keep each other safe. And now Mobotix is changing the camera. We're changing how we care for one another, how we protect one another, the way we do business, the way we study the planet, how we see the world. Mobotix Security Vision Systems, the most evolved vision system for an ever-evolving world.
In this slide, it shows what a Mobotix camera can do. It is a disservice to even refer to our product as a camera. The reality is our product is a multifunction peripheral. Our device combines the necessary products within the device to create a solution. We have two-way audio, notifications, a recording system, a telephone system, advanced analytics, and much, much more. One of the tenets which differentiates Mobotix from the rest is our freely available codec. Most all other cameras utilize the H.264 codec, which was made by the entertainment industry to stream and store huge video files. This codec was adopted early on by one of the first IP camera manufacturers. The problem with H.264, it is not made for security, where single frame analysis is critically important for evidentiary value. Based upon the amount of compression chosen, usually quite a bit, there are a large number of average frames in a video stream. Stopping the moving video to capture detail results in the above image. With Mobotix MXPEG, every frame is crystal clear with a very short reaction time. With MXPEG, we are able to do this without compromising on the moving image quality, much like it is done in H.264. We have a very similar compression rate as H.264, but unlike H.264, our audio is incorporated into our video, so it is lip synchronous. Best of all, we can do this codec within our cameras. Unlike other systems, which require heavy-duty dual quad-core processors in a high-powered server. Here are examples of the motion blur I was mentioning with the H.264 video codec. You can see this motion blur when video is paused. But when you look at a Mobotix image, like this of a hemispheric view, we can capture a bee within the image with everything being in complete focus. But not only can we see the bee, we can see the wing of the bee and even the skin on the wing of the bee. And just understand that a bee flaps its wings 300 times a second. Here are other examples of the depth of the video quality within MXPEG. The bird is captured in mid-flight, perfectly in focus. The two vehicles on the street appear as if they're parked, but they're actually moving. And every paver on the driveway, every shingle on the wall is in perfect clarity. And these following videos will show other examples of the MXPEG quality. The neat thing about MXPEG is it doesn't matter if the camera is moving or things are moving around the camera. Every image is crystal clear. This is not possible with the H.264 codec. So transportation applications are exceptionally well done by Mobotix. You may hear that our codec is proprietary. Quite the opposite. H.264 requires a license fee for every instance, but the Mobotix MXPEG is completely free and available in many different video management systems. It is even available in the VLC player. Another great feature of the Mobotix is its German engineering and high quality. Everything is hand-built in Germany and tested 6 times prior to its leaving the production. We have no moving parts. We do not require heaters or blowers. Because of this, we have a 0.03% RMA rate. Another great feature, which you're going to hear more and more about in today's security industry, is the cybersecurity of the product. Everything dealing with Mobotix and everything attached to Mobotix is encrypted. Here are some images showing the reliability and durability of Mobotix. The first image you're looking at is the first camera ever sold in the United States, which was back in 2002. This camera was sold to a dealer in Aspen, Colorado, and is still in use today. Side note, we were just up there visiting, and I tried to buy this camera back and give him a new one, and he refused. He said this camera is doing great and did not want it back. The next example is the highest web camera in the world. This camera views the final ascent up Mount Everest and has been working for over 4 years, again with no heater or blower, straight out of the box. This slide represents the typical camera system offered by others. It is a centralized system, which requires a high-end, high-powered computer, which we call a video server. All the cameras send their raw video to this video server, which creates a one point of failure type of system. Mobotix is a decentralized system. We do not require that high-powered video server, as each camera is the brains. No computer or server required. Workstations, if required, only need enough power to support the monitors and network. Here are examples of the Mobotix hemispheric camera solution. It is a versatile solution which gives you a lot of choices on what you need to see for large areas. As we run through this, just understand that every client can have their own view of the Mobotix hemispheric camera, which does not affect the recorded full view. It is unique to the Mobotix camera. Now we're going to start discussing things that makes Mobotix camera solution way different than any other system. Mobotix uses what I call triggers to cause events. Since we are a brain, a computer system built into the camera, we can do if-then logic within our cameras. Some of the things we can do is get triggered based upon temperature. We can trigger based upon noise level. We can take in directional movement. We can be attached to I/O devices such as door position sensors, motion light sensors. And what does this all mean? That means that when something happens, our cameras can do specific actions. I will give examples after we go through the next slide. Once we get the triggers, we can then do things with it, which I call events. We can do things like, say, recorded messages, turn on lights, trigger equipment to turn on or off, a bunch of other things. But here's an example. If you're watching a facility and you are looking for entry into a yard, let's say to prevent copper theft, and we could detect that somebody was approaching the fence line, our cameras could then play a recorded message such as, "Warning, you're entering a secure facility. You're being monitored. Police have been notified. Leave immediately." Now, since we know what direction they're moving, if they do not leave and they continue into the facility, our cameras could then trigger lights. We can also say, hey, if in 30 seconds they don't leave again, we could trigger a siren or release a gate that allows dogs loose into the yard. Now, those are just examples of the high level of functionality you have with our cameras. One of the features built into the camera and unique to Mobotix is the MX activity sensor. Now, other cameras, in order to event, they mostly use what's called a video motion window. A video motion window is a box you would draw inside your field of view, and basically it says that if X% of pixels change colors, that is an event. The problem with video motion windows is shadows, wind, mist, rain, trees moving, etc. causes false alarms and false events. MX Activity Sensor does not look at motion or pixel change. It looks at directional movement. So with the setting of the directional movement, we can eliminate almost 90% of the false alarms. It is an amazing tool, and we can do it based upon a specific direction, so it does not have to be all directions. We have recently added a 3D perspective, which reduced animal-based events. Here's an example showing a snowy scene, a raining scene, and a shaking pole on how Activity Sensor eliminates the false alarms. What's truly a neat aspect is Activity Sensor works behind our thermal cameras. With the thermal cameras, depending on which lens you choose, we can get directional movement indication at up to 1,500 feet. That's 1,500 feet in complete darkness, where we can detect that somebody is moving a specific direction. Some more advanced analytics within the Mobotix camera is what we call behavioral analytics. This includes object or people counting, duration of stay, opposite direction, turns, U-turns, speed, and restricted area. The following slides will show you what each of these look like. Within these advanced analytics, the camera can send configurable reports. Another amazing feature of a Mobotix system is its low light capabilities. In the 3 images and videos you see in front of you, the top video represents what 0.5 lux looks like. For a better reference, if we were in a 0.5 lux environment and across from each other in a table, you should not be able to see my face or recognize who I am. In the left image, which is color, what you'll see when you pause the video is you can see the ball motionless in the air along with all 5 fingers. This is truly different than other people's low light capabilities. Other cameras have to slow the shutter speed down to, let's say, 1/5 of a second, and they average the frames. What you would see with other camera systems is the ball moving like a ghost up and down, and the fingers would be all blurred. There would be no definition. Of key here is to notice that we're doing it at 1/100th of a second shutter speed. That is a key differentiator. And in black and white, it is even better. Here is the camera portfolio for Mobotix. It is pretty simple. We have 4 indoor cameras. We have 3 dual lens outdoor cameras, 4 single lens outdoor cameras, with 2 of them being variety in thermal. The reason we had 2 lens cameras is that we have no IR cut filter. All other camera systems utilize this IR cut filter to go from black and white to color. The issue with the IR cut filter is that it is a motorized geared device which requires heaters and blowers to keep it working throughout all climates. Mobotix, since we have no moving parts, does not have an IR cut filter. Thus, we gave the ability to do a black and white and color in one camera. But since we are so good at low light capabilities, it has now made our cameras much more versatile, where a dual lens camera can have any combination of lenses we create. Here are some examples of our accessories. We strive to make every accessory needed to have a complete solution. Mobotix also has a door entry system as part of its portfolio. It is a modular system mainly utilized in residential and small commercial. Some of the features of the door entry utilizes Mobotix 2-way audio communications and 180-degree hemispheric view. It is a really great entry system if you want to have no blind spots and total communications from anywhere in the world. Now I want to show you what really is the difference between Mobotix and other camera systems. I have 2 videos I want to play. The first video is really a great video feed. I mean, it has good video qualities. What you see are a couple burglars who come into a business, they rifle through it for an extensive period of time, eventually moving out into the parking lot where you will see them steal every car on the lot. Now I want to compare it to another video. This is not a great video. It is a smartphone recording video from a computer, but it really tells the whole story. In this scene, you're going to see the front of a pawn shop. Now, this pawn shop has been burglarized 4 times in the past. Now watch a Mobotix camera in action.
You have entered a restricted area. Please leave. The authorities have been notified.
As you see here, the main difference is other people's cameras may have great video and may record everything in great detail, but did nothing to prevent the crime from happening. With a Mobotix system, we can do interactive things to prevent the crime from ever happening. With the Mobotix thermal product, we can do more than just perimeter security. We have the ability to have 20 different zones within the field of view which measures temperature. With this temperature measurement, we can trigger events based upon critical temperatures being reached or temperatures being lower than acceptable. One example where this would be useful would be a camera at a power plant. Along with its perimeter security, it could be monitoring the transformers within its field of view. If a transformer was overheating, our cameras could alert the appropriate personnel to make sure that it does not explode and cause serious damage. This concludes a brief overview of the Mobotix concepts. Please keep in mind, we do not need you to be the experts in Mobotix. All we are asking is you start the conversation with your trusted customers. We have the plan and tools in place to make sure the project is successful. For more training materials and information, search Mobotix on Konica Minolta Learning. Thank you for your time, good luck, and good selling.